You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. More specifically, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, because we got a couple of different things. I already called my shot in much the same way as I did when Jarrett Stidham was signed by the Denver Broncos. And I said Jarrett Stidham will eventually take that job from Russell Wilson. Now, Russell had a bit of a bounce-back season. He certainly wasn't as bad as he was under Nathaniel Hackett, but he still was not running the offense to the extent and to the level that Sean Payton was looking for. And Sean benched him for Jarrett Stidham, just like I thought was going to happen. And there's videos on that. You can go back and look from around the time that Sean signed Stidham. And then we got Russell heading off to the Steelers. I understand why they took a flyer on him. At $1.2 million, you take a flyer on Russell Wilson. You do, even under the circumstances. Now, Denver $885 million in dead cap money over the next 2 years to get rid of him. And because between that and Seattle wanting to get rid of him, that would scare the crap out of me. Two Hall of Fame coaches, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, both wanted him out the door. That's not great. And we also got a little something about what it is that the Steelers are doing with Justin Fields, and we'll get to that in a minute. But we got a good NFL analyst here, one that's been around for years and years, coming out and making some comments about Russell Wilson. Now, look, I said that I believed that Justin Fields would be starting by week 9. All right? Pretty much hell or high water kind of feeling on this, right? If their offense just doesn't look like it's as dynamic or like it's got as much playmaking ability, I think Justin Fields gets in there. Okay? Now, it could be much sooner. If they start out 1-3 or 0-4, Russell's going to hit the pine. All right? This is a big year. Mike Tomlin is under fire. He's under notice. The owner has already come out and said they not only have to win the playoffs, that making the playoffs and not winning a game no longer works. They got to win in the playoffs for Mike Tomlin to be around. And I still think there's a chance that's a divorce coming regardless, outside of a Super Bowl victory, and that would be a hell of a feat. So here we go. This is Steelers Depot. The Fields-Wilson quarterback room has led to a lot of speculation of whether Fields could usurp Wilson as a team starter. In PFT's Charlene Williams believes that Wilson has one of the weakest holds on a starting job in the league. Quote, are we positive at this point in the careers that Russell is better than Justin Fields, ? I don't know. I agree. We know what Russell Wilson's ceiling is, and I think he's reached that. I don't know that we've seen that from Justin Fields. I think Russell Wilson reached his ceiling about 4 years ago. I think we're well past ceiling, and we're on a downtrend now. All right? I don't think he's getting back to Seattle Russ. Last 3 years, Russell Wilson is 17-27 with two different teams, 220 a game, 220 yards a game. He's 35, and he has hit his ceiling. I think there's a chance Justin Fields could end up being the quarterback of that team at some point this season. Now, I got to tell you, I absolutely believe that. I do. There's real argument to be made that Fields is a better option for the Steelers, given Wilson's recent struggles. But Wilson is a veteran who's won a Super Bowl, while Fields has never led a team to a winning season. I agree, but let's be real. Legion of Boom, the best defense going at the time that Wilson won the Super Bowl, and arguably the best running back in the league at that point in Marshawn Lynch. That was full-on beast mode back in those days. So, I mean, look, Russell Wilson's had some really good years. I just don't know that those good years, if you're going to see another one of those seasons. So now, Derek Bell of Steelers Now has pointed out something that's going on in Steelers land right now. Quote, over the years, Fields has changed his right foot forward stance to allow him to stagger on it a bit to fit with the timing of most NFL concepts, Bell wrote. In case you're wondering what this is all about, they are changing Justin Fields' mechanics right now. They're working on his footwork, etc. With the Steelers, Fields is back to all his natural mechanics and honing in on processing quickly within the pocket. In other words, I guess the Bears stepped in and tried to do a bunch of things to Fields, and maybe they're saying, nah, let's go back to doing what's more natural. Now, look, Justin Fields looked much better the second half of last season, so I don't know how I feel about this. Pittsburgh's aim is to unlock Justin Fields' processing speed within the pocket to cut down on negative plays. Makes sense. I said the other day in a video about Wilson and Fields that they both got the same issue, okay? They hold on to the ball too long, and that causes them to both be among the league leaders in taking too many sacks. I mean, in fact, I think they may be like 1-2 in the entire league in sacks taken on the field. It's pretty astonishing that they're both like right here on the Steelers. In order to do that, they feel he has to be as comfortable as possible in his mechanical adjustments. So expect to see Fields reverting back to much of what makes him comfortable on the field in an aim to grow his game under comfortable circumstances. We know Fields has a cannon, but the little mechanical tweaks will help him become more consistent, refined passer. Is it? I don't know. I mean, like I said, he looked better. The one thing we know is Fields can throw a deep ball, all right? He's very mobile. He can run the ball, and he can throw a deep ball. Kind of reminds you of Cam back in the day, except Cam was a lot bigger. But Justin Fields is a big dude, too. He's just not – I mean, Cam Newton was a defensive end playing freaking quarterback, for crying out loud. But I just wonder, I mean – you know, I thought Justin Fields made some strides last year with the Bears, finally throwing the ball better. And so do you want him reverting back to some of his old ways? That's kind of interesting, I think. But maybe they've determined something from what little camps they've had with both of these dudes. You got to remember, there's another thought process with the Steelers and Justin Fields. Can he become our long-term quarterback? Because I think he's only 26. So they may be thinking in terms of, look, Russ is giving us, let's say he has a good year and he lasts all year long. Okay, well, they bring him back next year and he has a good year but has a little diminishing from age. Whereas Justin Fields, if you can get everything worked out somehow, he's more of a 7, 8, 9-year option in theory, whereas Russell Wilson is a couple of years. It's going to be very interesting because the one thing that we kept hearing, Pete Carroll wanted him out because they couldn't run the offense that Pete wanted to run, that he ran very well with Geno Smith, right? And so then Sean Payton and Russell couldn't run. The offense didn't fit there. And we keep hearing Arthur Smith's offense is going to fit better with both of these guys. It's going to be interesting to see if that's really the case. They got playmakers. And I think the Steelers can be very competitive. I don't know. This is going to be pretty wild to watch throughout the season. You're going to see a lot of drama around these two. Because I think some of the younger playmakers on the team, I believe what's going to happen, they're going to start gravitating more towards Justin Fields. I think they're going to end up liking Justin Fields a little bit more. And you could end up having another Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett mutiny on your hands. Yeah, this could be interesting. There's a world where this works, they make the playoffs, and they win a game. and then Mike Tomlin comes back. And then there's a world, and I said it the other day, where this is a complete disaster, and the whole thing's blown up. We'll have to see. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.